Welcome to the weekly challenge. We are currently working on a small start to finish project together. Each week builds upon the last, so if you get behind, you can go to the playlist to catch up to where we are now. If you get stuck on a step, follow the link in the description to get access to the solution videos to help you out. The challenge for this week will be to add authorization to our Razor pages. We've already added authentication, now we're going to do authorization. But first, if you're looking for the handout for today's challenge, or if you want to download this challenge video to watch offline, there's a link in the description to get both of those. Okay, so the goal for this week, the primary challenge is to create a simple page that adds the admin role if it does not already exist, and then to upgrade a specific user to be in the admin role. Okay, and I say put that user in the config file. So here's the concept. We want a page, and don't put this in the menu. We're just going to have a page that you have to know exists, where you go to that page, and what it does is it checks first to see if there's an admin role. And if there's not an admin role, it creates that role. They should all be using Entity Framework. It should not be done by going manually into the database. Then what you're going to do is you're going to pull a email address from a config file and say, okay, this user needs to be in that admin role. Are they? And then add them to the admin role if they're not. Okay, so that's what the primary challenge is all about. This is a pretty common thing to do so that when you're starting a new installation somewhere, you already have a built-in username or a built-in username and password for an admin user. All right, so that's what we're going to do for the primary challenge. Now, the bonus challenge is to switch the user code over to being used the user's GUID instead of generating one automatically. So in the previous videos, we've used that user ID we generated, and we use that for identifying who the user was that's using the soda machine. But the user could change that on the URL and then change who they are. Mostly what that would do is it would reset all their money and basically say that you have no money in the bank. However, if they happen to have the user ID of somebody else, they could use their money, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but it's probably not great. So what we're going to do now in the bonus challenge is upgrade so that now we use the logged in user, we grab their GUID, and that's the GUID we use instead of generating one. And then they can't change it, because they're logged in as who they're logged in as. They'd have to have the login name and password of somebody else, which at that point, we can't help that. Okay? Now, once you get that working, require that the user be logged in to use the soda machine. Not the whole website, just that one page, the soda machine page. So make sure that if they're not logged in, they can't go to that page. If they are logged in, it should use their GUID and not put that GUID in the URL. Okay, so basically set things up for the admin user, make sure one user is an admin user, and then make sure that you use the GUID for that logged in user in the soda machine. All right, hopefully you got it. Hopefully you've got some idea of how you're gonna go about this. This will definitely make sure that you have your skills up to date with using authentication and authorization. All right, good luck and happy coding.